Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of of-geeks-gaming. I'm your host, Defense, and with me is
Kester,
the almighty Kester. And we would like to apologize for not coming out last week.
Yep.
Shit happens.
Yeah, we're back. A lot of shenanigans in my life, personally, that I had to deal with. So
It happens, man. I wouldn't worry too much about it. At least we're back to the flockdom.
yeah, we're back. You're welcome.
So today we have a pretty good show for you guys. We got some gaming news that you might be interested in. We're going to do what games we're currently playing since we've been kind of incognito for like 2 weeks. We've been playing some games.
And I've been trapped at a house with no Wi-Fi and nothing to do but play games.
Exactly. And then we're also going to do, it was a recommendation from the Dragon Power podcast guys, to do our top 10 boss battles of all time. So we're going to tackle that.
I will say this was like the hardest list for me to come up with 10.
I agree. It's mainly hard because there's just so many. Because like each game has so many bosses. So it's not only like it's like every boss that you've ever fought.
I know, and it's got to be in the millions. Like, it has to be at this point.
I know. And we could talk about it a little more once we get there.
Yeah.
Okay. So starting off, we got some news. The most devastating news to me in the last 2 weeks. Can you guess what it is?
No idea.
Mighty Number 9 got pushed back again.
Yes, I did hear that.
Yep. Now it's just unofficially spring 2016.
That sucks. I was looking forward to Mighty Number 9.
Me too. It's one of those games that I might buy on every single console I have just so I can play it whenever, wherever.
Just wherever you feel like it.
That's what I did with Shovel Knight. It was like that good. So I have it like on 3DS, Wii U, PS4.
You got all your bases covered.
I just wanted to support the guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're actually making it. I mean, Mega Man is so good. They need to make. Thank God he just decided to Kickstarter it.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know how he's not going to get sued.
What, from Capcom?
Yeah.
Well, I mean it's you can't really sue someone for having 8 bosses with unique items and then getting those unique items and then fighting the end boss stages.
It is exactly the same, though. It is exactly the same game. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is, and that's why I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it has
Just stick it to Capcom.
Exactly, fuck them.
Hopefully it makes more money than any game they've made for a long time.
It probably will.
Oh, it's going to do so good, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, even all my friends who don't play video games, they're like, they're making a new Mega Man. Yeah, they're all excited for it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I think the Mighty Number 9 will be a really, really good Twitch game.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how it goes, maybe we could even do our first impressions of it, like, right away.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Start playing Twitch.
I'm looking forward to it. I like how, these people they did the same thing with Castlevania. What is that game called?
The new one.
Yeah,
I don't
it's like
remember.
Blood something.
It looks awesome, though.
Yeah, it looks amazing, and it's like, thank God, because Metroidvania style Castlevania games, one of my all-time favorites.
Oh yeah, and it's the art style's old school, and it got kickstarted, right?
Yeah,
It's good to go.
Kickstarter. Yeah, it's going, and Mighty Number 9's coming. So at least like the developers are doing something, because these companies are just like sitting on these properties that makes no sense.
I know, exactly. They're like the people that love gaming are finally like Kickstarter's kind of a good revenue for them to actually start doing what they love again.
Yeah, and I would have been really sad if we never got another Castlevania.
Yeah,
Like, I would say I care more about that than Mighty Number 9, to be honest with you.
Well, but that's not really like in the near future.
No, it's still a ways out. They haven't even shown anything for it yet.
You know, you can like go on Kickstarter and look it up. There's like a gameplay trailer, but it's not much.
Yeah, but looking forward to that game.
Oh yeah. Interesting game that I've heard a lot about but never actually played or seen much played of is Gravity Rush. Did you ever hear that?
I've heard of it. I don't even know what it is, seen it or anything like that.
Yeah, it just gets like rave reviews and everyone says you need to pick it up and play it. Well, it's on PS4 now, so if anyone's interested,
are you gonna pick it up and play it?
I will as soon as I'm done with my backlog. I have so many games.
You got a
dude.
hefty backlog.
I do, and I just keep adding to it because I just can't stop.
Yeah,
But that's on the list.
Yeah, I like the backlog. I've come up with the unique situation of like I moved, and that's why we didn't do the cast last week. And I realized like all these games now, but I don't have any of the systems because they all got stolen from me. So, like, rather than buy the systems, it's like, I got to get rid of these somehow. But, like, half of them are trash, and then half of them are worth money. So it's like a giant process I got to go through to sell them all on eBay.
So are you going to try to sell them?
I'm probably going to try and sell them.
Like, what kind of games are you talking about?
I don't know. I have a lot of PlayStation 1 games that I want to sell, like Suikoden 2.
You have Suikoden 2?
Yeah.
How much you want for it?
I don't know. It goes for like $300 on eBay.
Yeah, I know.
I got your Final Fantasy 7, all your Final Fantasies basically. Valkyrie Profile, is that what it's called? I have that. That's probably worth some money.
Well, I mean, if anyone's interested, you can contact us at of-geeks-gaming.
Yeah,
at gmail.com.
My collection is valuable.
So if you guys if you're interested in any of those games, just hit us up and we'll give you a price range and we can debate and
because I can't lug them around anymore and I don't have the system to play it on anymore.
So, all right. So there you go. There's our sales pitch for the day.
Yes.
What we got here? So I have an interesting little stat. I have the best-selling Amiibos by region.
Oh, okay.
So these regions are Japan, U.S., and Europe. And these numbers have come out. And it's the top 3 best-selling Amiibos for each region. Do you want to guess any of them? Okay, we're going to start with Japan.
Japan, going Link?
No.
Mario?
No. This really surprised me.
Is it Pikachu?
No.
All right, then I got nothing.
It's Inkling Girl from Splatoon.
Oh, okay.
Ika, which is the squid from Splatoon.
Okay, so they're big.
And Inkling Boy from Splatoon.
So they're big on Splatoon in Japan.
Yeah. It does seem like a Japanese kind of game.
Yeah, I've never played it. I actually want to, but I'm not buying a Wii to play that game.
I've never played it either, but I mean I would. I just have to plug in my Wii U again. It's still in storage from when I moved.
Yeah, it's not even out.
That's not coming out till Twilight comes out. So
you need to bust out so we can play Smash Brothers, though.
Yeah, we can do that. That'll be fun. We haven't played in a while. Okay, so now U.S.
Is that Link?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
And who do you think number 2 is?
Peach.
No. I know you wish.
I wish it was Peach. Peach, best character in Smash Brothers. I just want to throw that out there.
No, it's not Peach. You were kind of close.
With Peach?
Yeah.
Mario?
No.
Yoshi?
No.
That's all the Mario characters. Luigi?
No.
It should be Luigi.
He's like the only one they can't sell.
Really?
Yeah. He's always like $2 cheaper than all the other Amiibo.
That's kind of sad. Luigi's awesome. He
I
should
know.
be number 1.
Poor Luigi.
Like, he's not second fiddle to anyone in my mind.
Any other guesses?
No, I'm done. That's it. That's all I got.
It's Bowser.
Bowser?
Mm-hmm.
Over Mario.
Number 2, yep.
That's weird.
And then the number 3 is Toon Link.
So 2 Links in the top 3.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
You Zelda fans.
And
You are a dedicated bunch. I will give you that.
Oh, yeah. We love our stuff, man. We love it.
You collectibles.
The Walmart DQ.
yeah, the Walmart DQ. That was the best thing ever.
The best find I think you've ever found.
Yeah. In line in a Walmart. DQ Link.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah. It's like, let alone any like Nintendo character statues, let alone DQ Link.
I know. It's like, why did you even make him?
I know, he looks so sad.
The posy, but the posy's nice.
And he has a posy. It's hilarious.
So,
if you're ever in line at a Walmart, check and see if they have the DQ Link collectible sitting there. Because for some reason they did.
It's a steal. It's a steal for $4.
It was a steal.
I look at it daily and I'm very happy with it.
Like, I'm buying this. I don't even want this. I'll give it to Andrew.
I love it. Okay, in Europe, we got. You want to guess?
I'm just gonna throw out a wild guess here.
Okay.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually classic Mario, like the 8-bit one.
There's like a 8-bit one and a 3D one.
Yeah, he's right over there.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, he's like on a pipe. It's mainly for Mario Maker. You get like, I guess, like if you get him in there, if you put him in, you get the giant 8-bit Mario.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. But that's the most. Link's number 2 for Europe, and then the Squid Ica.
I feel like the Amiibos are actually like more popular than the system.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
I think it's kind of holding up Nintendo right now.
I mean that and their DS and
I mean, I even looked at some stats. They're not. I mean, they're doing good, but they're not doing as well as they want.
yeah. Well, I've also heard that it's something like they could lose money for the next like
It's 50 years.
50 years and still be
Yeah, they could literally make no profit for 50 years and still be a company.
yeah.
So they're not hurting.
Yeah,
It's just
they're fine.
Yeah, they're just not doing as well.
I mean, they can come out with a system and be like, "Yeah, we're sorry about that system. We'll try again here next year."
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I looked up a little bit about the NX. Yeah, supposedly it's going to be the system itself, and then there's going to be some kind of add-on, kind of like the Wii U pad, but it's going to be more traversable, I guess. Like you can play it on the go.
Oh, okay, like a handheld, like so you can play your games.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the like PS4 Vita remote play vibe from it.
Which we all know the one person that bought a Vita loves that.
Oh yeah, it's great.
You love that, don't you?
It's cool. I mean, it depends on what you're playing. If you're playing like a Shovel Knight, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. My one friend. Oh, so there were 2 people I knew that bought Vitas.
Yeah.
He had it, and we'd always play Marvel vs. Capcom at work, which was fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so it's gonna be something like that, and the NX isn't officially its name yet either.
Yeah, they have to get so much right with the NX though. Like they have got to get their online under control.
Yeah, well, since was it Iwata? That was the president's name. He passed away.
Yeah.
So the guy who took over, which I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name, it's pretty crazy. He actually had a statement before the Wii U came out that said the Wii U is a bad idea. Like marketing wise, he's like it's not gonna sell well. It's like, so this guy who is currently the president of Nintendo knew.
Yeah, he knew it was a bad idea. I mean, it was most people who bought an original Wii fell for a gimmick. And then you're coming out with the Wii U. Most people didn't even know it was a different system.
Dude, I'm a geek, and I didn't know it was another system. I had to like literally research it to make sure, because the console looks the same.
Yeah,
I thought it was like an attachment.
Yeah, it's one of the worst consoles ever made, I would say.
It's not that necessarily. I mean, I think it would have just done better if they didn't call it the Wii U.
Yeah,
they should have just called it something else.
And I mean, it got out before the like next gen from like Sony and Microsoft. It needed to be more powerful than it was.
Oh yeah, because it just felt like you were playing PS3 or Xbox 360.
Yeah, it's like it took a generation for you to catch up with the old one. Like
yeah, and they're already coming out with the new ones, and
it didn't even hold. Like the PS3 had better online features, same with the Xbox. Like
yeah, Nintendo needs to do something with their online. It is terrible.
Yeah.
It's never that. It's like it's just never quality.
The only game I enjoyed playing online was Mario Kart.
I never did that.
That's the only game it worked. Mario Kart Wii, I played that a ton online. It was generally good, not lagging, easy to find matches. But I tried playing Smash Brothers online on Wii, and it was the laggiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for me too. I try even the new one. It wasn't like unplayable, but it just wasn't very enjoyable.
Yeah,
it would just hit spikes where like no one could move for a minute.
Yeah, and that's what you want in your fast-paced online competitive gaming.
I know, especially when you down B with Kirby and you're going off the edge, and then you lag and you're dead.
It's like I gotta watch myself slowly die now.
Yeah.
And then they had like the online fighting, but you could only play like the one mode. Like you couldn't do stock.
Yeah, you have the time, the smash.
Yeah, which is it's not as fun.
No, it's not, because it's just I don't know. You could just stand there and I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. We'll just go with that. We don't get it.
I don't think anyone plays that Smash.
No one
like with a group of friends. I just don't think anyone does that.
Yeah, I never played it.
It just because there's no chance. Like once someone gets like 3 kills, like say they get a hammer and kill everyone, that person's probably gonna win.
Yeah,
but if you're really good and you're in stock and you like make that one life count, you could go forever.
Or like if you're D to D and you get like that one lucky swing, and it's like he's terrible, but you get that one lucky swing where you just clear out the entire crowd. You win the match, and it's like D to D should not be winning any matches.
Exactly. Oh, jeez. Well, there's the Smash and the Nintendo stupid internet.
Yeah. Screw you, Nintendo, and your stupid internet.
We got Street Fighter V update.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, did you know how you were saying that the DLC's free?
Yes. Oh, is this the story mode thing?
No.
Okay.
That's coming out too, which is going to be free.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I'm excited about that because they said it resembles like the Mortal Kombat story mode.
Never playing the Mortal Kombat story mode. I don't know if that.
Which is it's really fun. Okay. It's just like the movie. It's cheesy, but then everyone comes in and you fight. And it's a pretty decent story.
Yeah.
So they're gonna officially do that with Street Fighter, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's a good idea because like Street Fighter, it was basically just versing and like arcade mode, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing they're gonna have that and then the story mode too.
Yeah,
where you play a bunch of computer until you get to the end boss, and then also the story.
Like, it's weird, too, with Street Fighter that they've never had, like, a story mode because it has so many, like, side things. Like, there's an anime movie, there's a comic book, there's, like, 3 OVA anime series. Like,
yeah, so this will be, like...
There's so much, like, story there that they've never used in the games.
Yeah, I know. So, will this... Because, I mean, I've played Street Fighter in the past, but not much. But will this be, like, the official Street Fighter that finally has, like, a story mode?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Like, it'll have some lore in it that you can actually follow and understand.
Yeah, because the other ones, I mean, Bison, like, there's a story there, but you have to, like, research it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to do that.
And, like, we don't get any booklets anymore, so...
Yeah, and it's probably not good enough for me to care.
Yeah, seriously. But if they dedicate some time and get the game out and just spend time making some story mode, I think that'll be really cool.
Yeah, why not? Throw it in there.
And it'll be cool because, I mean, you have played for a while, and you'll know how to play, and then you can just do the story real quick.
Yeah.
Well, so, unfortunately, it's not free, technically.
What?
The DLC characters.
Those cocksuckers. I was lied to.
Well, I don't know how it's going to work, but currently you can purchase them with real money. Okay. But there's an in-game currency called fight money that you can also use. And you get that from playing online and accomplishing, like, daily challenges.
Daily tasks, man.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of daily tasks. It's like, don't make me feel obligated to play your game.
No, I agree. On the bright side of things, at least playing online and doing the daily challenges gets you something worthwhile.
Yeah, good point.
Like, you're getting a whole character. It's not just like you're getting a skin for Ryu after months of playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
that is usually what happens.
Yeah, or you get like a new stage or something. But like, you're getting a full-fledged character if you're a dedicated player. So I think it'll be good because it'll keep people that are questioning if they want to keep playing just so that they can get a new character.
Yeah. And
like if they like Balrog, you can just play until you get them.
And I mean, it's also like if you're good, you could probably get them really quick too.
Yeah. So I think if they're going to make you pay for it in a way, I think at least playing the game to get it is nice. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not a bad trade-off. Uncharted did that, where it had like skins and like you could get hats and stuff, and like there were ones you could buy. And then there were ones you could get with treasures, and like, if the problem was that they were impossible to get with treasure. Like, I played a lot of Uncharted, and I actually bought the one hat because like I wanted it for Marlo the entire time, and I played like so much co-op just trying to get this hat, and I never got it. And then like $2, I'm like, here's $2. Like, I want that hat. I've wanted that hat from day one.
What was the hat?
It was a beret. For Marlo.
Oh, very nice.
She looked cute.
Was this was young Marlo, right?
Yeah, young Marlo.
Okay. Yeah, because the new one, you only got the old one.
Yeah, I hope they bring young Marlo back for 4.
I hope they do a lot to Uncharted 4.
Yeah, let's not go back.
No. Anyway,
that, yeah.
So for more Street Fighter, so they're saying one character every 2 months over a 1 year period.
That's not bad.
So it gives you time to acquire this fight money, I guess.
You'll have so much fight money by the time the character comes out, and it'll be like no money at all. And you're like, well, I've just wasted my life.
Well, yeah. I think I'll have fun playing because I think I'm going to play it a lot anyway. So just having that is as an incentive to keep playing maybe once in a while is nice.
Yeah, I'm going to play it a lot. Like, this is probably the most psyched I've been for a fighting game since Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
The only thing that sucks for me is that Dark Souls 3 comes out shortly after.
Yeah, that's a tough choice.
So we're going to get like a solid month of nonstop Street Fighter and then...
Solid month of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Well, I'll play Dark Souls for a long time, probably.
Yeah, maybe we'll do... I was thinking like maybe intertwine them and like get enough money to get the next character and then move on to Dark Souls.
There you go. You're already planning your
Making
future.
my game plan.
You gotta have a game plan. You don't want to go in there just swinging.
And another thing, one more thing about Capcom has promised that they're not going to do like an Ultra Street Fighter 5.
Sure they are.
But they're saying that they're just going to keep updating this game through DLC if I'm guessing through DLC.
I wish I could trust them, but
I don't necessarily trust them, but I really hope that's the case because when I bought Street Fighter 4, I knew in a couple months or a year there's going to be the Ultimate Edition that's going to be way better.
yeah, and they always do that. If they add enough content, it doesn't bother me. It is basically like just instead of calling it, Street Fighter 5, they just call it Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
It's basically a sequel. Like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom was like different enough from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that it was like, and it was only $40 too, so they didn't charge you 60.
That's nice.
So I mean, it was worth it to me. And they put enough in there, made enough gameplay tweaks. I mean, problem with fighting games is it takes so long for you to find that like sweet spot where certain things aren't overpowered.
Mm-hmm. And then a new one comes out and
and then
messes that up.
And usually they just like, well, we'll just release a new game to fix all this. Now they just patch it. So
yeah, that's the nice thing about like the current like online patching that I actually like is they could potentially do this, and if they don't or if they're not lying, they could do it.
yeah, that was the bad thing about the arcade back in the day, because it's like in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it's like Sentinel's like moves did chip damage. There was no balancing. There wasn't a patch coming out. Like you just had to figure a workaround. Like, or you just started using Sentinel. That's gotta work. That's what everyone did. They're just like, well, we have to use Sentinel.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of the arcade.
Yeah.
Hardcore, man. Yeah. So, do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about?
Did you see the new Doom 3 or 4? Is it 4?
Well, yeah, but it's just officially called Doom.
They're just calling it Doom.
Which I like.
Did you see the new trailer?
Yes, I did, and it is. I'm so impressed with it because when I first saw gameplay, I'm like, it'll be fun, I guess. Like I'll check it out, but I probably won't buy it. Yeah. This trailer, I think I'm gonna buy it.
This trailer got me pumped, and it's only like a minute long,
and it's everything I needed to see.
Yeah,
it's like zany kind of and crazy. Like it's not super dark. It just looks like how the 8-bit was. It was just nuts.
Yeah,
just making it look really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like instead of going for like a survival horror creepy atmosphere, they're doing like straight up zany over the top, and I'm all for that.
Like you're just running up to demons and just like punching them square in the face and ripping out their jaw.
Yeah, there's that one part where like that ball demon, he just rips its eye out. Like it just looks intense. It looks like just a lot of fun. It reminds me kind of like, do you ever play Bulletstorm?
I've seen a lot about Bulletstorm.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing where it's just like, we're not trying to do anything revolutionary here. We're just trying to be an over-the-top fun game, and that's exactly what this looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the opening alone, I just giggled as soon as I saw it. It's like, you see this, like, bald dude, and his head's all, like, his face is all messed up, and you're like, okay, this is pretty gruesome. It's going to be creepy. And then, like, this music starts, and he just bashes this guy's face against an eye scanner, like, so hard. It's just throws him. Yeah. And then the next scenes he's just like curb stomping monsters.
Yeah, there's that one part where he just jumps on the one and just starts stomping them.
He just curb stomps his face.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
Yeah. Like, it's super gory, and and there it looks like there's kind of like an element of melee in there, which I like.
Yeah, you had the chainsaw was in there. It just looks great, actually. Like this trailer, like I said, I like Doom 3 a lot, but whenever I heard new Doom's coming out, that's cool. I'll play it. I always like Doom. This trailer got me pumped for it. This got me excited.
Yeah, I mean, we had this on our anticipated list, but it definitely got bumped up for me. Like, I really want to play it now.
Yeah, they also said they released the release date, and I think it's May something.
That's the thing, and this is a Bethesda game, right?
Yeah, id Soft's developing it though.
Okay, yeah, but Bethesda's name's on it.
Yeah, they're publishing.
Well, that's kind of like what they did with Fallout 4. They don't, which I really respect. They don't pussy around and just like, oh, it's gonna come out this quarter. Like, they just don't tell you, and then they just give you a date, and it's like 2 or 3 months away.
Yeah, when they know.
Which is great because it's not sitting there anticipating it for a year.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we know it's coming, and then it makes an appearance again, and it's like, oh, it's coming out in 2 months. Sweet.
Yeah.
So
exactly, and it couldn't be more excited.
Yeah. So props to Bethesda, and I'm very much looking forward to Doom.
Yeah. This trailer, like if you haven't seen it, watch it. It'll get you pumped to play some Doom.
Oh yeah, definitely. It looks like it's going back to its origins, and it's actually interesting enough, really refreshing.
Yeah, it's good to see a game that it's like, this isn't trying to be like artsy. This isn't trying to be like an epic storytelling. This is trying to be over the top, zany fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we need more of that.
We really do. Everything's just getting so grimy and dark, and it's like, I just want...
And serious.
Yeah, I want brutality. I want to sit there and play a game and just giggle with happiness.
Yeah, like what I did there was just so awesome.
Sometimes, very rarely do I find myself sitting in a dark room, playing a game and just giggling.
Yeah,
because I'm so pleased with what I just witnessed.
Yeah,
I feel like Doom is going to have a lot of those.
Yeah, so this just got bumped up, the excitement on
definitely,
this game.
Definitely. It just kind of popped into my head, but you've seen Kung Fury, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you guys don't know what this is, I'm going to be posting a little review that we did. Kester wasn't in it, but another friend of ours. But just so you know, it is fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
It is 30 minutes of just breathtakingly awesomeness that you need to see. It's free on YouTube or it's on Netflix. And it's only 30 minutes. So, like, grab yourself some lunch or dinner and just sit down and watch it because it's fantastic.
It is, like, a great way to spend 30 minutes.
Oh, really? It really is. I've watched it twice now, and I need to watch it again.
It is good. It is really good.
Talking about how we just talked about, this is what reminded me of it, how going back, like Doom referencing its source material, this is what this reminds me of. It's not serious. It's not dark. It's just like a crazy 80s, like, Vice City kung fu movie that's just out of this world.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we want from our Doom.
Exactly. So if you haven't, check out Kung Fury. It's definitely worth your time.
Yeah, you could spend... you would probably watch it twice, to be honest with you. Like, I know I did. Like, I finished watching it. I'm like, I'm going to go back and watch that again right now.
Like, there's scenes in that movie that just made me laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
Just and I think it's one of the best fight scenes. It has one of the best fight scenes I've seen in a long time.
I love that fight scene. I think my favorite part of the whole thing is the beginning when that guy has the boombox and the other dude just walks up and shoots him.
And it's so cheesy. It like flies back onto his shoulder.
Yeah, like, that was so funny.
I think the opening sequence in general is fantastic. It really sets the stage for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But I love when the cop pulls up.
Yeah.
He like gives these skater kids some crap, and the skater kid just throws his skateboard underneath the cop car and like kicks it, and the cop car goes flying across the city.
And they just whip out guns
and just start shooting it.
Yeah. Great movie.
So yeah, that's part of the opening. Just get. I know you're pumped. Go watch it.
It's good.
Okay, so. What have you been playing since we've had 2 weeks off? What have you been up to in the gaming world?
In the gaming world, I actually been playing Suikoden 2 a lot.
That's what I like to hear.
Because I realized I had it. Haven't gotten really that. I mean, I'm about 16 hours in, which isn't really that long for that game, but I did forget how good that is.
Oh, it's great.
Like, it's probably one of the best RPGs of all time if you've never played it. It just has a really good story.
Yeah, it really does. I'm going to just say this real quick. I actually like the first one a little bit better.
Really?
But I think it's nostalgia. I know you hate nostalgia, but it's just, there's moments in that game that just, I love them so much. They were just like monumental to me as a child.
Yeah, and I'm trying, like, a lot of it, like, they're kind of jumbled in my head now, like, right now, because I don't remember a lot of them. I can't remember which stuff is in which game. So, like, I love Victor and Flick.
Oh, yeah, they're fantastic.
Like,
Victor might be one of the best characters in any RPG ever.
Yeah, Victor is fantastic. He just burns that fort down. I can't remember which one that's in. It's so funny. He like blows up the fort in two. Like he's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm glad that they brought him back for the second one.
Yeah, that was their best call, was to bring him back.
That's another thing, man. That series really went downhill.
Yeah, I remember being so excited for Suikoden 3.
Which was on PS2, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I remember. I didn't hear anything about it. I went to GameStop one day and I was like, "Holy shit, Suikoden 3!" And I bought it, and it was just, I don't even remember anything about it.
Yeah, it was it was just so forgettable.
Yeah, it obviously didn't even make an impression on me, but I know I bought it. I played the entire thing. It's just I can't remember anything about it. And I think they came out with a fourth one too.
I don't know about that, but I do know that I wasn't a big fan of 3.
And it's one of those RPG series that's like a shame that it kind of ended. Like 1 and 2 are so great, but then the other ones are just not that good. Same with Breath of Fire. Like, what happened to Breath of Fire?
I don't know. I really like 3 a lot, and I started playing 4 again, I believe.
4 is really good. It has the like samurai dog guy.
Yeah, is it the one with the white-haired guy who's okay. Yeah, that's 4. Yeah, that's the one. I actually picked that up on PSN for my Vita not too long ago. It was like, I think it was like $5.
And if I was making a list of top 10 RPGs, I'm putting Breath of Fire 5 in there. Like,
well, don't give us your rating because we might be doing that soon.
Yeah, but like most people never played Breath of Fire 5, and that game was Dark Souls before Dark Souls.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Like,
I didn't even know there was a 5th one, honestly.
Yeah, it's criminally overlooked. I can see why people didn't like it because it is frustrating. It is very hard. It's radically different, but that game is so good. I love that game. I wish, like, I was so excited that, like, oh, hopefully we'll get another Breath of Fire like this. Still one of my all-time favorite endings to a game. It's like one of the happiest endings ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you see, like, is there any place you've seen it that you can buy it? Like, download it off anywhere? Or?
It's, like, so forgettable for some reason. Like,
was it on PlayStation 1?
2.
It was on 2.
It was on 2. It killed the series for some reason.
Well, probably because you just mentioned it's like the Dark Souls. It probably was too hard.
Yeah, it was probably too hard for people. But same with, like, Suikoden 2. They're gone. Like,
well, Suikoden 2, I mean, I just don't think anyone knew what that game was. Because it came out pretty much limited release. And as you said, the game's $300 now on eBay because they didn't make enough of them.
Yeah, that is the problem. And that's probably what happened with Breath of Fire 5. Like, you could probably get it somewhere. I don't know what happened to my copy. Kind of pisses me off. Yeah, like, that was the first game that was, like, the first RPG that was genuinely hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, I mean, with any RPG, if you get stuck, you just grind for a little bit and can move on. It doesn't take too much time.
No, there was no grinding in Breath of Fire 5. Like, you not only had to kill everyone just to, like, be remotely powerful enough, you had to, like, restart the game at least twice.
It does sound just like Dark Souls.
Yeah, like, I remember, like, the idea is you just, like, fight and progress, and you get, like, this pool of experience points that carry over when you die, and then you can start your characters more powerful, and you're like, okay, I'm more powerful now, I can just run past everything. If you do that, then you catch up to where you were, and you're 2 weeks. It's like you have to fight everything every time.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. I actually kind of like those kind of games.
Yeah, the combat system was cool too because it wasn't turn-based. It was like, you ever play Parasite Eve
Yeah.
or Vagrant Story?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That's interesting. Well, so I guess the only real place to play it if you can't get a copy is like an emulator or something.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get a copy of it, I would play it. I mean, most people didn't like it. That's why they killed the series. I don't know how this became about Breath of Fire when we were talking about Suikoden End, but
Because it's just games that just disappeared.
Yeah, games that just disappeared. And like Breath of Fire was like really well received too. People loved it.
I know my brother loved 3. He loved it because of the fishing.
Yeah, your brother always likes the fishing. He likes Zelda because of the fishing.
I know. And it's funny because he got Twilight Princess, and he's actually going to get the remake and is pumped. But Twilight Princess has by far the best fishing in any Zelda game. And he never got to it. I'm like, dude, you have to keep playing so you can get to the fishing. It's the best.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't listen. So hopefully get your shit together and
Get to the fishing.
get to the fishing.
I don't remember the fish. Is that the one where you fish for the boss? Or is that...
No. It's like you go into an area like traditional Zelda, but you actually have like a canoe. And you can go in, and each time you go in, you can like leave and enter, and it changes the season. So different fish show up at different places.
Ah.
And there's one that's really, really rare. Like you have to catch the rare fish, and I forget exactly how to do it, but it's pretty hard.
Is there a Zelda where you fish and you bring up like a boss? Or am I making that up? See, because these Zeldas all blend together to me.
The only thing I can think...
Because I love Zelda, but they're all kind of the same except Wind Waker.
Well, don't kill me, but I didn't beat the remake of Majora's Mask on the 3DS yet.
Yeah.
But I do know that there's fishing now in that. So I think there's something, but I don't know if it's a boss.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're just making that up. I nothing's sparking my...
I mean, if anyone would know, it would be you.
Well, I'm not going to give myself that much credit because... I haven't played a couple of the games for a very long time.
Yeah, it's like Zelda. I love all of them, but they kind of just blend together.
Especially when you're getting into like the overhead games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the traditional Link to the Past and like the ones that on Game Boy Color and Minish Cap. Like sometimes those blend for me just because it all has the same perspective, I guess.
Yeah, they do blend a lot. Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else you've been playing?
Oh, I've been playing Resident Evil 4 again.
Oh, what do you know?
Yeah, I was like, because I was playing, I beat the remake of Resident Evil, and I was like, I should play Zero. He was like, you know what? I don't remember anything about Resident Evil. Maybe I'll forget what Resident Evil 4 is all about, and I'm gonna go back and play it. I remembered everything to a T.
It's like, yep, that's handgun ammo in that box right in that shed.
Yeah, I knew where every gem was.
I was gonna say the blue medallions,
every treasure. Oh, I love that game. That's the best game of all time.
So does it live up to?
Yes, it does. I still love it. It's so good. And I think this is the reason I was thinking about this, like why 5 and 6 nobody likes. It's because 4 did everything they could possibly do with that style.
Yeah, everything's right about it. There, you get different atmospheres, you get different guns. The bosses are awesome.
You're riding mine carts. You're riding like. It just does everything. There's nothing left to do. That's why 5 was a letdown. They're like, we got to add another co-op. We got to make this co-op because like we got nothing. We did everything in 4. Like everything about that game is fun. Every second of that game is fun. Like,
it really is, and it's like I love the 4th one because it's really, really creepy at the beginning. Like you don't know what you're getting into, and then it does that like action movie kind of thing where it gets real fast paced real quick and you just feel like an absolute badass and you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And you realize like you're in this like castle with all these creepy things and you're just like a badass shooting everything. I don't care. And then you get to the Twitchers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude. I don't think I've ever jumped so high.
Yeah, they make that creepy sound, dude.
And then they reach for you.
Oh yeah.
Those might be the scariest like enemies of all time.
They're up there. It's either them or Pyramid Head.
Hey, that'd be a really good list too.
That is a list we might have to consider. Yeah, dude, Resident Evil 4.
Good.
my favorite game.
I'm glad you've been playing it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to go back. I'm just now playing it because I already beat it twice, and I'm like, I want to do the handgun only run.
Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love doing the handgun only.
Nice.
You feel like such a badass. and I think the best thing about it, I don't know why I love this so much, is the just like shooting someone in the face and running up and kicking them.
It's so satisfying, and it never gets old.
No, it
Like,
doesn't.
I can do it to every single character, like every enemy in the game, and I'm having fun the whole time.
I think the best thing ever is the first time, because if you shoot the guy in the knee and they go down to their knees, like in the village, you kick them. But for some reason, when you get to the castle, you just start suplexing guys instead, and their heads explode. You're like, yes.
I didn't notice it changed.
Yeah, it changes depending on the enemy. Like,
So those monk guys, I guess.
yeah, the monk guys,
You can suplex.
You can suplex them. That's all I do is just suplex them over and over again. 'Cause it's like sometimes it's a one-hit kill because you just suplex them and their head explodes.
It's like, oh, that's what's so good about it. It is that weird, creepy atmosphere, and then for no reason, Leon just starts suplexing.
Yeah, and like
that's why it's great.
Leon is such a badass in that game.
And I also think that's why 5 suffered, because like no matter how big your biceps are, Chris Redfield will never be as cool as Leon.
No, I like Leon better. I think he has better hair, first of all.
Yeah, and style.
Yeah, way better style.
That
Much better.
jacket. Oh, that jacket at the beginning.
Yeah, he looks like a normal human being instead of like a roided out jock. I will give Chris, and just a little thing for later, I wanted to put Wesker on my list just for punching the rock. Like, Chris punches rocks, which is awesome. So, I mean, I'll give him that.
Yeah, that was probably the best part.
He punched a boulder, and it just rolled. Like, that's how badass. Like,
Actually, now I just have the hankering to play that again, just so I can.
yeah, it's like you have to like press the buttons to make him punch the boulder faster. As if that battle wasn't ridiculous enough. The fact that it was set in an active volcano, just punching boulders.
The best quick time event ever.
Yeah, and that's like Resident Evil 4 was like in that area too, where it was like quick time events just started. They weren't out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like all the quick time, and they're not overkill in that game either. Although it's like sometimes you have to like, it makes you wonder where it's like, I got to convince him to climb up here. Like I got to hit it. Well, I would assume he just want to climb up. Or like same with cutting the rope off. It's like, I got to do a quick time event to cut this off. It's like, I would think he would want to not die, but that's just me. You got to convince him to swim and run by hitting buttons. Still love it though.
Yeah, you can look past those silly things. I mean, for the time, it was innovative and interesting because they never did anything like that. But looking back, it's like,
Yeah.
it'd just be cool to, can't he just go across? Like, do I have to hit A for him to swim?
Yeah, like it's amazing how quick time events wore out their welcome.
Yeah, it was like a super fad.
Yeah.
Well, because it was great in God of War. Like, they were the best. They're
They
so
were
fun.
amazing.
They're gruesome and fun, and you've never seen anything like it before. And then every game that wasn't like a sports game copied them.
Yeah, and like the only 2 games that I liked the quick time events in were God of War and Resident Evil.
Yeah, and every other game, they're very forgettable, and it's like, I don't need them.
Yeah. Like, we'll talk about it later, but there's some good quick time events in Resident Evil 4.
So, okay, well, actually, I know that you're not the biggest fan ever, but I started playing Tomb Raider Definitive Edition because it was $7 on PSN.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah, so I was like, I needed that, like, action shooter platformer, Uncharted. I needed that fix. I was feeling it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah, I know you're just not as big a fan.
I just think the pacing is off.
I could see that.
For me.
Well, the thing is with it, now that I'm going back and I've beaten it once before, I'm actually playing through it hard, which isn't hard at all.
Yeah, it wasn't hard on normal.
No, in hard, it's not hard at all either. But I'm actually collecting everything, so I'm going to 100% it. And it actually makes the game pacing a little bit better, just because it's not as nuts.
Yeah.
You kind of chill out, and collect some stuff and look around. And it's a beautiful game on PS4.
I'm sure. Yeah, like I felt like the pacing in that game was all over the place. Like when you were like in shootouts, it was awesome, but then the next thing you were trudging across the island for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really really enjoying it now. I'm surprised I've actually kept playing it. Like I think I'm 75% done with it.
I had a problem
With
too
everything.
with like I don't think we need in a game that we have to like succeed at a quick time event to stop a woman from being raped.
You talking about that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Like that's unnecessary.
Well, she doesn't end up getting raped in the scene. It's just
it's implied that she's going to be raped.
Well,
though,
did you
I
ever
feel.
actually fail it?
No, I've never failed.
He just shoots her in the head,
Oh.
or he chokes her.
I feel like it's very
It's very insinuated, and I think that's the point because you don't want her. You know what I mean? You want to fight for her.
I think we should keep the video game rape free. Keep video games rape free. We don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just them kind of going off the fact that she's an attractive feminine character, and of course they go that route.
Yeah.
And it's very satisfying when you beat him, though.
Yeah, I guess
Because it's the first guy she kills.
it is the first guy she kills. That's true. But
And-
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. It didn't really need to happen.
It doesn't
but-
need to be in there. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. It makes me feel uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
so I've been playing that.
What else you playing?
NHL 2016. I've been playing so much hockey, dude. It's
Nice.
ridiculous. I have like 3 different like GM modes are called with 3 different teams.
Oh man.
I'm having people come over pretty much nightly just to like play their franchise mode. So I'm just like constantly playing NHL, but it's a lot of fun.
I like NHL a whole
I
bunch.
really enjoy it. It's just, I don't know. It's just a sports game. It's because it's really fun because it's nonstop. Like Madden's cool to a point, but what frustrates me is it's like short plays,
Yeah.
and then you move on, and short play, move on. But like hockey, you can just play the whole time.
Yeah, and I just hate Madden. Like the reason I hate Madden is because it just blows my mind that I'm not good at it.
It does. It's a different mentality
Yeah.
of playing video games.
It's like I'm really good at video games and I love football, but I'm terrible at Madden.
Having skill can only get you so far. Like you have to know how to play the game, like football.
Yeah.
Like you need to know the positions and formations, and you have to be good at the game. It's not just I'm going to throw it to this guy and juke everybody out.
Yeah.
You just won't get far.
No, I don't. Like I just get crushed by anyone who plays Madden.
Yeah.
Because like most people who play Madden too, it's like they only play Madden.
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend that's super good at Madden. That's not all he plays. He's just really big into football.
Yeah, like my little brother is super good at Madden, and he's never played a video game other than Madden.
Yeah, there's those people that.
Well, I mean, he plays the sports games though. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Like me and him played a bunch of NHL, and I love that game. And that's the best sports game I would say.
I agree. I've also started playing. It's called Life is Strange. Have you heard of it?
Yeah,
It's kind of like a choose your own adventure game mixed with Prince of Persia. It's I'm saying Prince of Persia because you can turn back time. So basically, you can make a choice. If you don't like it, go back and re-choose a different one.
I remember when I was working at Best Buy for like that month there. Just they had that running in a like the trailer running on a demo.
okay,
So
yeah.
that's like how I know of it.
Well, my girlfriend was playing it while I was playing NHL. She was on the computer playing it, and she really, really, really loved it. And she really wanted me to play it. So I started playing it, and it is really good. I'm not very far at all, but it's really, really cool. She says the finale. She says I need to beat it so that she can talk to somebody about it. It's
Yeah,
one
so
of
you
those games.
One of those you need someone to discuss it with,
Yeah.
like The Last of Us. Like,
Exactly.
Like as soon as how did you feel about that ending?
Like you need someone to like just to talk to.
Yeah, like luckily a lot of people played Last of Us. So,
Yeah.
like,
So I'm playing that, and I just picked up XCOM 2. Did you ever hear those?
I
games?
know what XCOM is. Isn't it real time strategy?
Kind of. It's more like how to like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay, that's awesome.
Like you move and you you can set up positioning.
Like a tactical role playing game.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see. I thought I had a different impression of it from what I always
No,
saw.
it's like there's squares, there's spaces, and everybody gets two actions per round.
Yeah, because I love those types of games.
Yeah, and I've been feeling a strategy itch, and it just came out, and it gets rave reviews from everywhere. So I figured I'd try it out. I played it for like 10 minutes, and it's really cool. It's just I haven't had much time to play it. I want to have like a solid 5 hours just to sink into it.
Dude, tactics games can take a lot of time to do anything in.
Oh, I know. But this one seems interesting. I really, really love the fact that if you die, you die. Like you get new recruits.
Okay, so like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, if you really like someone, I love the fact that they have the possibility of dying forever.
I like that, and I don't like that because you have to start over. You're like, I won that battle, but Jim died, and I loved him.
Well, I don't know if you even can. I don't know.
Okay.
It might be like, that's the thing. I haven't played enough, and I try not to look too far into games before playing them. But I have a feeling that, like, if you wipe, you're done.
Oh, that sucks.
And you just have to get new people.
What is that? Sorry, we have craziness going on in the mics here.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I jiggled the mic.
Don't jiggle the
We're
mic.
Good. So, yeah, that's my list. Okay, so next segment is the top 10 favorite boss and or boss battles of all time.
Right.
Let's start from our number 10. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I usually go first on this. Number 10 starting out, I'm going to go with Mother Brain, Super Metroid.
Very good. Very good pick, my friend.
Yeah, just surprising because you have the part where she's in the tank and you just blow her up, and very reminiscent of the first one, but then there's like the second phase where she turns into like a dinosaur creature thing.
So you are so Super Metroid.
Yeah, Super Metroid. Like, it just really memorable to me at the time. Like, love that game, and one just cool boss battle. Then you have the Metroid saves you and everything. Really nice twist.
Cool. Very good pick. I am going to go with Death from Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
You're going with Symphony of the Night Death?
Yes.
Because he's in like every one.
The thing is, the Symphony of the Night one really sticks out to me. It was one of the first ones I actually like really hardcore played, and I just thought it was just really cool that he took all your powers away. And
yeah. I also like the death works for Dracula. I think that's a cool twist. It's like, that's how cool Dracula is.
yeah, so it's cool, and I mean, it's not like the best battle ever, but it's just really memorable to me, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, a lot of these, it's more like memory
Yeah,
than the actual fight.
exactly.
Like a lot of them. Okay, number 9 for me, I'm going M. Bison.
Yes, I was actually thinking about putting him on my list,
Yes.
but I didn't.
And it's just pure love of Bison.
Tell us why you love Bison so
Why I
much.
love Bison so much. I just like psycho power.
Okay.
His power comes from his pure hatred of all things.
And what is his modus operandi?
He wants to take over the world
But why?
to save the planet.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, he's like Captain Planet.
Just psychotic.
Yeah, he's like a psychotic Captain Planet. Like, he's not really a bad guy. He's just trying to rule the world so he can save it
And we were
from pollution.
and we were debating on if he did successfully kill the human race, if he would then kill himself.
Probably not.
Probably not. You don't think?
No. And I also like how he expelled all the good from him, which manifested into a girl named Rose. I don't know if you know that's who Rose is.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's the good half of his key.
See, this is why we need a Street Fighter story mode.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I want to see this in story.
Yeah, I
mode.
want to see the story of this. Like, that's who Rose is. She's apparently like he like figured out how to like tap into his soul power, and he like ejected all the good out of it, and it became psycho power, and the good manifested into a girl named Rose.
Damn, Japanese people.
Yeah, just makes a lot of sense is what it does.
Fantastic. All right, my number 9 is the Big Daddies from BioShock.
That's a good pick.
I mean, because there's more than one, obviously, but they're so awesome. It's such an epic battle, and I think definitely a high point of the game.
And they're genuinely scary and tough.
Definitely, and they're tough too. Like, you have to plan. You see a bunch in the beginning, and you're like, I'm gonna come back to you guys later.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just gonna let you walk around for now, but I will be coming for you
exactly,
later.
Exactly.
Like, I love that aspect of them.
Yeah, and I love their drills. They're just really cool.
They had cool design. Everything about them is awesome.
Yeah, and I like the reward that they're guarding these little girls that you either kill or save.
Yeah.
So
that's
cool.
it's a good pick. I actually thought about that, but I was wondering if it was like
because it wasn't like a boss.
Oh, boss. Yeah.
I mean, I think they're all mini bosses, so I kind of
I would count it. Yeah. I'll give it to you.
All right.
My number 8 is, who do I have at 8 here? Legion from Castlevania.
Okay. So there's your Castlevania.
There's my Castlevania boss. There's something about that boss. He's in every one. I just think it's really cool design, just like a massive bodies you have to hack at to get to the core.
Is there a specific game?
No, because he's essentially the same in all of them.
Okay, so you just in general.
Just Legion. You can go Symphony of the Night because that was the origin of him.
Okay.
So plus he was, on the big screen as opposed to a handheld, but he's like in all of them, and it's just a really cool design to me. And like the corpses falling off, and you got to attack those, and then you're cutting out corpses from them to get to the core. It's just really cool, I think.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. My number 8's Necklord from Suikoden 1 and 2.
I don't remember Necklord.
He's like the Dracula vampire guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't got there yet. I remember that being like the best part of that game.
Yeah, because that's what I said why I liked 1 so much, because just getting there, like you go through his castle and you hear this like organ playing the whole time, and you finally get to the top, and it's just him playing the organ and waiting for you, and he's like the first boss in the game that will kick your ass.
Yeah,
like I think honestly he's like the make it or break it point of that game. Like if you can't beat him, you're screwed.
Yeah, and I like too how in the second one you kick him out of the castle and make it your own.
Yeah, exactly. I think, was he a doppelganger in the second one?
I can't remember.
Something?
I'll let you know.
Or I think maybe the first one was the doppelganger. Either way.
Yeah.
But I like that they brought him back, and Victor is another reason why I like it so much. He's like the one who has to kill him with the sword.
Yeah, Victor does have to kill him.
So yeah, he's my number 8. I love him so much.
That's an excellent pick. Number 7 for me is going to be Ultras from Final Fantasy VI.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember Ultras, the octopus.
Yeah, doesn't he have witty comments while you're fighting him?
He's hilarious. Like, I put him in here just because of how funny he is.
And it's funny because I always go, when we do these top 10s, I look at other people's lists, for not necessarily for reference, but just to see where everyone stands with them. Mm-hmm. And he was pretty much on every single list.
Really?
Yeah.
He's hilarious. It has like one of my all-time favorite, it's the first moment in a video game where I remember genuinely just laughing is the part whenever he's like trying to ruin the opera, and he's like trying to push this weight off, and he's like, oh, it's going to take me like 5 minutes to push this thing off. And then the counter just starts going down and you have to run up and fight him. And then
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a scene with him and the little girl, I can't remember her name, might be Paige or something like that, where she's like, let me draw you. And he's like, I'm not going to do it. And he's just being like such a dick to her. And he's like, okay, fine. And then you draw him and she just kills him. Like, he's just funny. So I had to put him in there.
Good. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's funny. My number 7's Mike Tyson from Punch-Out.
That's a great pick. There's nothing to really say about
it. It's one of those, it's the hard difficulty. They just make Mike Tyson so overpowered, and it's just great. It's what I love about it is it's like something that you earn. It's like, I've beat Mike Tyson in Punch-Out.
How many people can say that?
Exactly. If you talk to anyone that's old school gaming, it's like, did you beat Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Once in my entire life.
Yeah.
I did it one
Meanwhile,
time.
my brother's sitting down in his basement, just like skips to him real quick and just does it every day.
I've seen your brother beat him in the first round.
I don't think he really.
Yeah, I swear to God.
I don't know if he has.
Yeah, I want to say it was like the one time because I was like, I've never beaten Punch-Out. He's like, I'll beat Punch-Out. And he just like, I've never beaten him in the first round before.
Wow. Yeah, he's impressive at that game.
Yeah, that's his best game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's great.
Okay, number 6, I have Krauser from Resident Evil 4.
I figured you were going to pick him.
Yeah, I'm putting him in there for the knife fight as well.
Dude, the quick time.
Yes.
It's actually cool, though.
Yeah, that is like one of the better scenes in that game. Like, that knife fight is so awesome. And then the fight with him is so like long, multi-layered. There's puzzles in it. He keeps attacking you. You do all the quick time events, dodges, and then you just drop kick him.
Yeah, There's really cool.
So many phases to it. There's puzzles in the middle of the fight. Like, it just keeps going, and it's epic. It's one of those epic battles. I love that fight.
It's very memorable. I agree. It's a great pick.
Nah,
My number 6 is Skullman from Mega Man 4.
good pick.
And it is not because of the level and or the boss fight itself. It's just because he's so awesome. He's just my favorite villain in any Mega Man game. And he's, to this day, my computer profile picture. And he will never change.
Skullman.
I just love him. He's so good.
Yeah.
And there's just something about him that just... Every time I see him, I get a little excited.
Yeah, I get a little happy. Like, I couldn't pick a Mega Man one. Like, I thought about that, and I was like, I just like too many of them.
Yeah, I do too, but that's why I just picked my absolute favorite one.
Yeah, if I had a favorite one, they definitely would have made the list. But I don't really have a favorite Mega Man boss. I just kind of like most of them. So
Yeah, it's hard to pick, but so I picked him.
that's a good one. Where are we at here?
5, yeah.
5. I have Bad Girl. Do you know where Bad Girl's from?
Oh man, no.
No More Heroes.
See, I never played those games.
No More Heroes.
I know you're an advocate. I
Yeah,
know.
you don't want to get me started on how great No More Heroes is.
The only reason the Wii should exist, according to you.
Yeah, it's the only time I enjoyed swinging the Wiimote was like you just hit A and then it comes up and you just slash and you take the guy's head off. But there's a boss, her name's Bad Girl, and she lives in a stadium.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she lives in the basement of a baseball stadium, and her intro is just the best because it's her. You walk into a room and it's just guys coming down a conveyor belt tied up in gimp masks, and she's just hitting them in the face with a baseball bat.
Wait, so is her name Bad Girl or Bat?
Bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She looks awesome, and then her fight. The fight with her is really epic too, because the ending is the end of the battle is really disturbing. Because you kill her, you stab her, but she won't give up. She just keeps hitting you until you admit you lose, and then she just dies.
So you admit I lost, and then she dies.
And then she dies. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's a great boss battle. She's my favorite one in that game.
I really do wish I could play that game.
I have No More Heroes too. I have the second one.
But Bad Girl's in the first one.
Bad Girl's in the first one. They're both amazing. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I would say 2 is probably better, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I might try to check them out. I mean, the Wii U is backwards compatible, so.
Yeah. You can have my copy. I don't have a Wii.
Okay.
You can have all my Wii games if you want them, actually.
Oh, I might take you up on that, actually.
Because they're not worth any money, and I don't have a Wii.
Okay, cool. So we're number
5.
Okay, so my 5th is Kronos the Titan from God of War 3.
Good pick.
See, I know that 3 is kind of but I did love that boss battle a lot because you took down a fucking Titan.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, is that the one where you rip his fingernail off, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good battle.
Yeah, it's just really epic because you're hoping the whole time, ever since I knew what God of War was and started playing, I wanted to fight a Titan.
Yeah.
And in 3, they finally let you, and it's awesome. It's I'm just gonna take you down, man. I'm sick of your shit. You're dead.
Yeah. I like the that was one who barely missed it for me. Was out of God of War, I would have said Poseidon.
Yeah, that was actually most on everyone's list.
Oh, really?
Because it is that amazing.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the Kronos, it's just the idea of it.
That's the one that sticks out in your mind.
because you're fighting a Titan
Yeah.
that can kill gods, and you're just destroying him.
Yeah, that is a good battle. I mean, I vaguely remember it, but it was awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the highlights of that game for sure for me.
Oh, yeah. My number 4, I have Alma from Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, cool.
You fight her twice, both times. She's incredibly hard. And the thing I like about her, and I think the reason she makes this list for me, is because most boss fights, you're like, I just need to play this a while and get the strategy down. And it's like, there is no strategy besides you have to be perfect. You have to be flawless to beat her. You can't make a mistake. And
Which one is she in?
she's in Ninja Gaiden, the one for Xbox.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's Rachel's sister, I think, is her deal. That might be her deal. I can't remember. She has 2 forms. I would say the first form is more memorable, more iconic. just a fucking hard boss battle, man. Like, her and Ninja Gaiden Black on Master Ninja took me, I want to say, over like 100 tries to beat her.
Wow.
I just remember swimming through the fucking, like, from the save point to her over and over and over again. I will say that's probably the hardest game I've ever beaten, but that, like, Ninja Gaiden Black on Master Ninja, if you want to play something hard, it's incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, that's all I've ever heard from that game.
Yeah, but it took me probably, like I said, 100 tries to take her down.
Wow.
And the secret was just had to be absolutely flawless.
It's like you just keep trying new things, and it's just like, I just gotta be perfect.
I just gotta be better. I gotta be better. It's on me. That's why I like her.
That's awesome.
That's why she's memorable to me.
Okay, cool. My number 4 is Psycho Mantis from the Metal Gear Solid game, PS1.
I can see putting that on there. He is cool.
Yeah, the reason is, for me, I don't know necessarily if this was the first time ever in video game history, but it was the first time I experienced where, like, it broke that fourth wall.
Yeah, it read your memory card.
Read the memory card. You had to, like, plug into slot number 2 with your controller to actually play the game.
Yeah, I don't even remember how I figured that out.
I just, the thing is, I didn't know, and then, like, right before I fought him, one of my friend's brothers was playing the game and figured it out. I was like, thank God, because I would have quit.
Yeah. Like, it just at a time too, whenever it was like that boss battle should have just been like, you have to buy the strategy guide.
Yeah, seriously. But that's why I like it so much, so memorable, because of just that fourth wall break. And plus, he is, in my opinion, one of the coolest characters from the Metal Gear Solid series.
Yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite boss fight of the Metal Gear series.
Oh yeah, it's just so out of control and creepy and weird, and then plus the whole controller port switch. It's just wow.
Yeah, it was really different.
Yeah, I'm like, at the time it blew me away that they were even able to do that.
Like, I like that boss battle so much, I almost put it on this list, even though it's in a Metal Gear game.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so neat.
Yeah. Let me see. Number 3.
Yep.
Might surprise you on this one, but I'm putting Sephiroth at 3.
Really?
Yes, I am. I'm doing it because you chase that bastard for 3 discs, and then that battle, it is just really good. There are 3 phases to it. That score, like, when he just comes flying down,
The
and
music. Oh yeah,
starts playing. Epic. It's so good. Plus, you've been chasing him for so long. His moves are insane. Like, he has that one where he just, like, blows up the entire universe, and the sun, and the sun hits you, and for some reason it only takes off 3/4 of your health. It doesn't matter how much health you have left. But it's just such a cool move.
I remember just seeing that animation over and over and over.
Do you know that it actually takes like 1 minute and 45 seconds for that move to play out?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember sitting there forever.
Yeah, and it's so cool the first time you see it. And then
yeah, for sure.
After that, you're like, ugh.
Yeah. It's very memorable, and I'll give it to you. It's more or less like the revenge story boss.
Yeah, it's what you've been working to the whole. Like, that's the only Final Fantasy where I feel like the end boss was really something special. Mm-hmm. That, and, I mean, I guess Kefka.
I was gonna say, do you think 6 is like that too?
Yeah, 6 is like that too. Kefka, though, I just think the fight, like, focusing just on the fight itself. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not focusing on, like, I like Kefka better than Sephiroth. I think Kefka is the best Final Fantasy villain of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
Blew up the world to kill one guy. Like, that's how cool he is.
Yeah.
But that battle is just so memorable to me.
Oh, that's fine, man. And then that's what this is all about.
The music, it's just, looking purely at the boss fight, I put him in there instead of Kefka.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mine might, this number 3 might surprise you. But as soon as I was asked my favorite boss battle, this one actually was the first one I thought of.
Really?
But it's not my number 1 because I don't think it's my favorite. But this is the first one I thought of. Was Del Lago from Resident Evil 4. The salamander in the lake.
Yes.
Dude, there's something. Okay, first of all, I am kind of, I have this weird fascination, yet very scared of, like, water that you can't see into, like dark water.
Yeah.
And it's in Resident Evil 4, when I walked over and I saw that, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it did. It happened, and it was a great boss battle.
And I love the big part too, where you like walk up on the like cliffs and like they show them throwing the body in there. And
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm getting in this boat. This seems like a good idea.
This is gonna happen.
Yeah, this is happening.
And I've like I said, this fascination with huge creatures as well, and it's just everything in one.
And I mean, what a first boss in a game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. It is insane.
Yeah, and it's like the quick time events were cool in it. You're like throwing spears into it, and like he's dragging you around. And
when you get knocked out of that bit and you're swimming, you're panicking. You're hitting that button so fast
because you're like, he's under you. You know he's right there.
And it's like, how many times can I get knocked out of this boat before he catches me?
Yeah. So it was just I was so anxious during that whole boss battle, and when I finally beat it, I was just so relieved, and I just knew it was one of my favorites ever.
Oh, yeah. Resident Evil is one of those games where I could have made this list. Like, I tried to keep it one per franchise. The only reason I didn't with Final Fantasy is because Ultras, I just wanted like a comic pick. But like, I could have filled this thing with Resident Evil bosses.
Oh yeah,
Tyrant, really memorable. Nemesis.
Oh yeah, for sure. But we're trying to keep it per series, just because. Yeah. Because for me, I could have picked like tons of Zelda bosses that I love.
Yeah, because there are so many amazing Zelda bosses.
Yeah, exactly. But I just tried to stick to
one.
Like
I didn't pick a Zelda boss because I knew you'd throw one in there. So
well, it's not in. It's either number 2 or 1.
Yeah, so
we'll find out.
Where are we at here? 2.
Yeah, we're number 2.
My runner up are going to be Ornstein and Smoke.
Dude, I knew you were gonna pick them.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna pick them.
I had to pick them. Like that is the make it or break it part of Dark Souls. This is like either you have done well enough, you've built your character right, or you're starting over.
And I love it because it's like what, like 3/4 of the way through the game.
It's about halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's about halfway, and they're so hard.
And I can respect that.
And like you have to beat them in the right order too. Like it's just one of the more difficult boss fights, and it's for me that boss fight kind of just defines Dark Souls.
Yeah, I would agree. I didn't beat Dark Souls until we started hanging out and playing it, and I mean we beat them the first try, but I could tell that if you weren't there telling me who to kill and what to do, it would have been bad news.
Oh, it's so bad. I mean, they're not like my favorite boss even in that game, because I like the wolf, because he's like a wolf with a sword in his mouth.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome, but it's just something about them, the challenge, the 2 like incredibly hard bosses at one time, like how many times it took you to like finally beat them your first time.
It's one of those bosses that if you play Dark Souls, you could relate with every single person that they suck.
Yeah.
And they're just infamous at this point, because anyone who plays Dark Souls knows, and they always talk about how hard they are.
Yeah, and if I'm going to put like any Dark Souls boss in here, they're the most like iconic in that series, I think, for their difficulty, for just how awesome the build up is to him, how hard everything is to finally get to them, like to get through that city, and then you're like, okay, I finally made it to the boss here, so I can just beat this boss and then we'll move on. No. you have a lot of running to this boss to do.
Yeah, there's no messing around.
No. It's like, good luck if you don't have a wizard, because like I don't know if I've ever beaten them without a wizard.
Yeah, I mean I couldn't imagine, honestly, because we just project out the shit out of them.
if you had a straight up melee guy, like you need at least pyromancy, fire, something. Yeah, like, I don't know how you do it with like a melee character,
and that's why they're so good.
Yeah, that's why they're great.
My number 2 is Ganon, Ganondorf, specifically from Twilight Princess, though.
Oh, you're going with the Twilight Princess one?
Yeah, most people go for the 64 one.
Yeah,
and to me, it's awesome.
Is that the one where you're riding on the horse with Zelda on the back?
No, that's
shooting?
Twilight Princess is, yeah.
Is that the one you're picking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, the 64 one, I didn't pick it because, for me, it was gratifying and everything, but I was so sad when it ended. Because I love that game so much. And it was almost just like, oh, it's over. And I didn't want it to end. But with Twilight Princess, what I loved about it was you got like the freaking pig Ganon at the first stage. You're fighting him in like a church, like cathedral type thing, and he's like portaling in and out. You're like he's running at you, and you like grab him mid run and just throw him on the ground. It's just so epic. And then you go out into the field, and you're just on horseback with Zelda on it with you, just shooting arrows at him, and it's just so epic. And then finally you get the awesome duel.
Yeah.
It's just between you and him, and there's just no holds bar, and you just go at it, and it's just so awesome.
Yeah, Ganon's one of those ones where you could just make, like, this whole list could be Ganon just depending on...
Yeah, they're always good. I've never been...
I love the one in Wind Waker where, like, you're under the water and it's, like, pouring down.
Yeah, it's so good.
Zelda is, like, reflecting the mirror on him. Like, it's cool that, like, Zelda actually did stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I like the Twilight Princess one, too. It just, to me... It was just the perfect ending to one. I mean, it's definitely up there for Zelda. I don't know if it's my absolute favorite. It might be.
Yeah.
I love Twilight Princess so much.
Yeah, you preach Twilight Princess a lot. I beat it one time. I think if I would have played it for GameCube, it would have been a lot better.
I do too, and I didn't, and I still think it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
But so Ganondorf, I mean, he didn't make my number one.
I'm kind of surprised.
I try to keep it interesting because it's obviously probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But there is one boss that I could say that has never made me feel the way that this one did.
Okay.
So up next is that one.
I'm going for my number one. It's gonna be Virgil. Like, because Dante is such like an overpowered badass that the only thing that's really scary is someone as powerful as him.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only that, Virgil just looks cool.
Oh, he's like Dante with not style, but like, what would you say?
I would just say like more of a dick.
Suave.
Yeah, like swagger maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has the katana, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's what I liked about him too.
He has like the spinning swords, and you fight him 3 times in that game. He's always hard. He's always fun, and I just love that game so much. And Virgil is like my favorite bad guy in that, like maybe of all time.
Oh wow!
I just like Virgil because I like Dante. So
yeah, the yin and yang.
The yin and yang, and it's cool. You have to kill your own brother. I even liked him in the remake or the whatever it is, the reboot.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
I think they just called it that.
Yeah, the one Ninja Theory made, because he seemed like he was on your side, like you were helping him the entire time. Then
don't tell me.
Okay.
Because funny enough is it's literally downloading right now on my computer because it was $7.
Okay, I won't tell you.
And I know it's like, but it was $7.
It's not a bad game. It's actually a lot of fun. It's just not up to Devil May Cry.
Yeah, and I figured that, but I've played them all before, and I haven't played this one yet. So
yeah, I don't regret playing it. I don't regret buying it. It's good. But yeah, Virgil, my favorite boss.
Cool.
Just because I like Virgil.
That's a great pick. I kind of saw it coming, but I wasn't too sure. And then once 2 hit, I'm like, yeah.
It's going to be Virgil.
It's going to be Devil May Cry for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number one.
All right.
It's Avion from Shadow of Colossus.
Is that the flying one?
Which flying one?
I don't remember.
There's a flying one that's in the desert,
yeah,
and then there's a flying one that's in like a lake.
Which one are we talking about?
The one in the lake.
I don't know if I may. I remember the one in the lake where you had to hit his head to make him move in different directions. Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, and the reason this is my number one is because, first of all, I love that game. That's like one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's so epic, it's so amazing, beautiful. I love the story, everything about it. But this like it's the 5th boss. So as soon as I got to this one, I'm like, this is the best game I've like ever played.
Yeah,
because you basically go down this like cliffside and you look, and that's just this lake, and you're like, holy shit. And you get down the lake, and you're kind of assuming it's going to be like a lake monster, or a Colossus, and then it just flies in, and it's so huge, and it's just flying, and you're like, oh my god, it's a flying. And then it starts dive bombing you, and you don't know what to do. You're like, oh, how can I even hit it? It's flying at me. And then you soon realize you have to jump on it. And like that feeling of it flying at you and you jumping onto its wings and it taking you like hundreds and hundreds of feet in the air, and you're just plowing at it as you fly over is just so amazing to me.
Yeah.
And it just drops you, and you fall all the way down into the water again and have to do it all over again.
Yeah, the thing with Shadow of Colossus is I would have put one on there, but I never finished it, so I don't know which one.
They're all good.
I love the one in the desert where you shoot its eye to get it to come up out. That one's really good.
Yeah, that one's really cool too.
I love the one that looks like a bull. The one that walks on all fours. It's like the second or third one.
It's like a dog, kind of.
Yeah.
And you have to like fight with fire. You like scare it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one's really cool too.
Like they're all really good, so like how do you pick?
And the reason I picked this because I love the feeling of falling in video games.
Yeah.
And just that epic, like, you're holding on. But in this one, you're holding on and it's flying. It's like you're holding on for dear life. And it's just that feeling of helplessness as you're just trying to kill this thing. And it's like, I'm trying to kill this thing and I'm probably going to die when it goes down.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just love it so much.
I mean,
I want to play the game again just to fight that boss.
I want to play that game again so I can finally finish it.
I mean,
I don't know what happens.
Yeah, it's cool. The ending's really neat. Like, I really enjoyed the ending. And I mean, you kind of see it coming the whole time, but it's good. And the end boss is pretty challenging, honestly. He's pretty hard.
Yeah.
But he's just not as, I don't know. He's
Not
like,
as memorable.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty memorable, but he's kind of almost too over the top.
Yeah.
It's just, I like the, like, not smaller, but the more condensed fights. That you feel like you're killing these things and they don't deserve it.
That's the beauty of that game.
Mm-hmm. You feel like you're literally coming into this thing's domain for no reason and just killing it.
Yeah.
And it's like really sad. You almost don't want to do it.
It's like it makes you feel like, am I a bad person?
Mm-hmm.
And that's rare. That's the same with Last of Us. Like, is Joel a bad person?
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
You
it's
don't
up
know.
it's up to speculation.
Yeah.
And that's how Shadow of Colossus is.
That is the beauty of that game.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's an excellent pick. Like, you could pick any of the Colossus.
I knew it was gonna be one.
Colossi.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be one of them, but I just picked the one that stuck out the most, which was definitely the flying one for me.
Yeah.
So that was good. I like that list.
Yeah, that was it.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks.
I will say hardest one to do for me. Like, there's just so many bosses.
Mm-hmm. It's not just a matter of a game. It's a matter of segments of games,
Yeah, like,
which is way more.
Like, I think about some of the ones I cut, like the Riftworm from Gears of War. You remember that?
Oh, so cool.
Cutting your way out of that thing was awesome. Like the last hunt, I can't even remember the name of the boss in Final Fantasy 12. That battle, like, that was one of the most satisfying victories I've ever had in a video game. Because that thing took me like 2 days to beat.
Oh wow.
So you could keep running out and coming back in to fight it, and you would come back in and do like barely any damage. Then you go back out, come back in, and healed the damage already. It's just frustrating as hell. But like, I love that fight. Like, I just so many fights that I cut. Like Dracula. Like, how does Dracula not make this list somewhere?
I know. It's almost, it's that memory thing, man.
Yeah.
I think it really boils down to personalities, and one that not everyone can agree on, honestly.
No.
This kind of list, it's just, you can't really hold anyone against what they're picking.
No, because like, it's personal taste. Like, what do you remember? Like, what sticks out to you? And
it could be place of time when you were doing it, what was happening in your life.
Like, it hurt me to not put Nemesis on this list.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I didn't. Yeah, he's so epic. Like, everyone knows if they played it. It's just like chasing you down the whole time. It's so great.
Yeah, it is. It's really tough list. Great suggestion by
the guys over at the Dragon Power Podcast. We appreciate your support and that tip there. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing this list. Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the show with that.
Yeah, we're just going to wrap it here. We're not going to have a closing segment because we rambled too much this episode.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it, though, guys. Remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Twitter. And the Twitch is up. I'm pretty sure it's public. We just haven't done anything yet. So if you want to go in there and follow us so that you can get some updates when we start playing.
Once I get Wi-Fi at my new house, I plan to be on Twitch a lot. So
look forward to that. And we're still trying to schedule a time to do the Bloodborne Twitch. We'll probably have an update for you next week, I'd say.
Yeah, it's kind of on you, this one.
Yeah.
Are you going to skip D&D to play Bloodborne? I don't know. It's like your nerdiness is conflicting with your dorkiness.
My geekiness.
Your geekiness is conflicting with your nerdiness. Like, you got to prioritize.
I have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
I actually have a Saturday off.
Yeah, we might not necessarily, like I said, we might not play that weekend, but I'll see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you liked it. Make sure to share, comment, and let us know if you have any lists that you'd like us to go over. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.